Would you would you tell us a little bit about your growing up? What led up? What are the some of the significant signposts along the way that had you end up in this place writing this type of expression?
It's a very good question. Um, how long have I got? I'll try and give you a concise answer. Um, so I think the journey is really actually quite a simple one, and that is emerging into this world, which I felt in my heart and my soul was so beautiful and is so beautiful. And it is, despite the fact that, yes, on one level it is now dying, it is this beautiful. It is that beauty which often we want to live for still. And I think growing up, my core love for this earth and my core love for nature and for humans and for being on this planet, um, as I began to write the ecological and environmental emergency that we now face, began to become a force in itself, which was uh, irreconcilable to me, irreconcilable without me putting my pen to it. And as I deepened into my own writing practice, these poems began to come more and more strongly through. And the journey very much was one of, in my early 20s, of disbelief, of seeing, of shock, of feeling that there was increasingly uh, less and less chance of us turning this moment this time around, and writing really into that heartbreak, that disbelief and the terror, and wanting also to communicate not with something which is rhetorical or which is preachery, but is really asking, like, you, I, my readers, to get to our knees together right now. And this is then what began to emerge with rite of passage, is not this thing of like blame, or these poems um, of an earth which is outside of the self, but the earth which is inside of the self, and the earth of the body and the animal body and the human self reacting to where we are, and that reaction of the quaking of the animal self, of the feeling the collective quaking of, if you're connected to the earth, and yet also that holding that tension then of what happens next. And if we do have, as we're looking, looks like we're running rapidly towards collapse, and not only systematic collapse, but environmental, ecological degradation, to the point in which the underpinning, the fabric of the world begins to erode, to the point at which it no longer becomes inhabitable for the amount or the existence of humanity as we have on the planet. What happens next? And only the book really took me down, and only through going through that very personal journey, which is also the collective universal journey of every single human being right now on the planet, could I actually feel the heart crack in the grief of a new story, a different story. And not, this isn't a story of hope which is grounded in something which is completely spiritual, or or in denial of the reality of what we face, but is encompassing of that, hopefully, of the life pulse of opportunity, and the life pulse that, and the story of emergency that we've had to come to this moment to choose ultimately. And only in this moment, only in this heart crack, can we choose? It had to be this way. And this is what we face now as a collective humanity. And it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be pretty, and there will be death and destruction, but we also get to choose. And I think that's really what the book is about, is the willingness after the facing of the grief, to interact differently with ourselves, with each other, and with the earth that we call home.
Right.